Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! This year we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana on Disney Plus, and it got me to thinking about what would ever happen if we had a chance of celebrating the 20th anniversary of Descendants and Zombies. In 2025, we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Descendants and Zombies because Descendants and Zombies has held a very special place in our heart for many years, for a very long time, for the stories that captivated us, left us at a loss for words, really speechless, and moments that we wish could have lasted for forever, moments that we experienced with the best of our friends at the Worlds Collide Tour, the premiere of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, and the first ever premiere of Descendants, which happened all the way back in 2015. On July 31st, 2015, where were you on that night? I was sitting at home and Descendants and Zombies kind of just happened for me after I was persuaded to watch Descendants and Zombies and write reviews for different websites and eventually go on to create a YouTube channel, which I had never imagined would have gone on to become the most celebrated and honored Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and certainly one of everybody's favorites. This YouTube channel has become a fan favorite of everybody, and I felt more than honored to have been the creator behind this content that you guys watch every night on your phones and your tablets. It has been a tremendous honor for me to have the opportunity to resonate with thousands of people who continue to fall in love with this YouTube channel every night they watch these videos, and I hope that I can continue to create these videos for many years to come and still have the opportunity to share my story with even more fans of Descendants and Zombies as this franchise continues to expand and continues to enthrall thousands of people. Because no matter who we are, we all have a story when it comes to Descendants and Zombies, and I felt more than honored to have the opportunity to share with you my story and also to have heard yours, because sharing each other's stories, we become that much more stronger, and we felt so strongly about Descendants and Zombies, and as we continue to become stronger about these franchises and feel ever so more passionate about collecting Descendants and Zombies merch and the dolls and everything else that comes with being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, that's what truly defines a legacy for these franchises and will give them the opportunity of going down in history for being some of the greatest Disney Channel stars and stars on Disney Plus ever seen. You know, in 2024, we honored Miley Cyrus for the Hannah Montana character and her contributions to that TV series, and this year we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana, and I was so excited all day to show you guys this. I pulled it out of my DVD collection earlier on. This is the original first season of Hannah Montana in its original packaging. It's a 4-disc compilation, and it features guest star appearances by Billy Ray Cyrus, Dolly Parton, and Ashley Tisdale. And I never ever forgot the effect that this series would go on to have on my heart. I told you the story about how I attended the Hannah Montana movie, and I was the only guy in the theater on that Saturday night. And I had the time of my life sitting down with 300 girls watching Hannah Montana. On that night, I took away a greater appreciation for what Miley Cyrus would go on to mean to all of our hearts. We had a great deal of appreciation in Miley Cyrus, and this year we are honoring her. And I hope that 20 years from now we can be honoring Kylie Cantrell that same way. Because Kylie Cantrell deserves the opportunity to be honored and deserves the opportunity to be a part of something special, or at least to be considered to be a part of something special. For everything she's done and everything she's meant to the character Red, because she truly brought her to life. She's also showed a tremendous amount of respect for people like Malia Baker, despite how people have felt about their relationship in recent months because of what happened last summer at the Worlds Collide Tour. I think that's never been any reflection on Kylie Cantrell, because if you actually give Kylie Cantrell a chance, I can promise you one thing, and that is that you will fall in love with Kylie Cantrell's contributions to Disney, because she wanted more than anything to have the opportunity and the chance to be a Disney Channel star. And she had the opportunity to become just that through stealing your hearts as characters like Gabby Duran, Jasmine on Raven's Home, which eventually became Red in Descendants. She was one of the most powerful characters that I ever had the opportunity to witness as part of the Descendants and Zombies franchises, and I've always had a very special place in my heart held and reserved for Kylie Cantrell, because when it came to having these conversations with thousands of people, all I ever wanted to do was say something nice about her, with the hope that more fans of Kylie Cantrell would see these videos and hopefully give her a chance. I think that a lot of people have misunderstood Kylie Cantrell, which is the result of why Kylie Cantrell has been led to feel the way she has about her political point of view, her relationship status, what have you. But it's happened for some of the greatest of all time. Hilary Duff had it happen for her. Miley Cyrus, God knows, has had it happen for her. I remember years ago when Miley Cyrus was left in a state of depression because everybody just wouldn't leave her alone because of their opinions. And I wanted to be that one guy to create a bunch of videos about Miley Cyrus that would at least say something nice to give that one fan out there hope that Miley Cyrus had a future. And indeed, she would go on to have a great future. She would have one of the greatest futures I ever witnessed in my life, and I felt more than honored. I just want to say for the record that I felt more than honored to cover Miley Cyrus's career. If there's one guy to say something nice about the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana, then you should look no further than Jonathan Clarke. And I could only hope at that point in my life that many years from that moment when I fell in love with Miley Cyrus's creative nature and her ability to entertain thousands of people, because many people thought of Miley Cyrus as an inspiration. There were thousands of girls who went to Hannah Montana concerts every night, saw the Best of Both Worlds concert experience in 3D in the theater, saw the Hannah Montana movie, and were so excited to be a part of it. And I became one of those people who were so excited to be a part of it. I had this thing where I was the only guy in the movie theater who would go see a Miley Cyrus movie out of love and support. I did it out of love and support because I believed in Miley Cyrus with all of my heart. And I also had the biggest crush in the world on Emily Osment. I thought she was the most fearless, most dedicated to what she loved, and strongest person that I ever saw in my life. Emily Osment was one of my favorite characters. Also, Miley Cyrus held a very special place in my heart. But if I had to choose between the two of them, I would have chosen Emily Osment hands down. She was a beautiful person. She was forever dedicated to who and what she loved, and she's still forever dedicated to who and what she's loved. I know that a lot of people have thrown criticism the way of past Disney Channel stars and even Disney Channel stars of this generation. But honestly, guys, if you give them a chance, I promise you will fall in love with them. How can you not fall in love with the Descendants of Zombies stories about how people try to find acceptance in a world that is very difficult to find acceptance within? No matter who we are, we all go through the same kind of thing. We're dealing with some kind of circumstance in our life that oftentimes we never publicly admit to, or we never admit to our friends in phone conversations. We only tell the people that we trust the most. And that's what creates friendships, when you can tell everybody your secrets, when you can trust them enough to confide in them. And I think that there are more people who have gone through these similar situations based off friendships and stories, based off Red and Chloe and Zed and Addison, even of course Nova and Victor in this new franchise, Zombies 5 and beyond. There are far more people who feel connected to this because of situations in their own life that closely resemble what we've seen these characters go through. But it's been their friendships that have helped them see it through. It's been their friendships that has had so much dedication that has allowed their stars to shine brighter in whatever constellations that we can talk about. You know, I've always wanted to be a hero to everybody, so I can see why Red was the most heroine character that we had ever seen, the strongest character that we had ever seen as part of the Descendants of Zombies franchises. I often related to Red because I always wanted to be a hero to everybody. And even though I may be a long way away from ever being considered a hero to many people who watch these videos every night on their phone or their tablet, I would love to have a chance of going down in history of being everybody's favorite hero because of how I told this story. Because you can push record and tell everybody how you feel about Descendants of Zombies. It's very easy to do. Some people find it very difficult, but it is relatively easy to do. It's all about how you tell the story along with how you feel about Descendants of Zombies. You can tell everybody how you feel about Descendants of Zombies, but it's how you tell this story differently that brings every video to life. And it gives people more of a reason to hit your subscribe button than ever before. I know this because that's what happened for me. I uploaded one video about Dove Cameron 2.5 years ago, and that video about Dove Cameron exploded. I was very vocal about how I felt about Dove Cameron. I supported Dove Cameron with an endless amount of love and support because I saw something special in Dove Cameron, which eventually became something special for Kylie Contrell and Malia Baker after years of having seen Kylie Contrell's YouTube channel, Hello Kylie. I was a YouTuber myself, so I was drawn to Kylie Contrell's reviews of shows like Sam and Cat because I was a fan of them. And I thought that Ariana Grande was the most dedicated and heartfelt individual that Nickelodeon had ever promoted or ever distributed on a show like Victorious, which led Ariana Grande to prominent success, and Sam and Cat, which may have only had 35 episodes, but they were very humorous, and they were shows that I couldn't help but fall head over heels in love with. I remember the very first time I saw Ariana Grande on the show, and I knew she was destined for great things. And I was one of those guys that went out of his way to say more than enough nice things about Ariana Grande, and especially her performance as Belinda in The Good Witch, of course, Wicked. That was a beautiful performance, and I think she's going to have way more opportunities to entertain us in many years to come, musically and entertainment-wise. The value in Ariana Grande, the value in Victoria Justice, I saw something special in them, and when I saw Kylie Control reviewing them, I couldn't help but feel the same way. I really felt for Kylie Control because people were really coming down hard on her. They weren't really giving her much of a chance, and I wanted to be that one guy who let Kylie Control know in every review that I would ever record that everything was going to be okay, and she was doing just fine. Because there's a lot of pressure that comes with being a Descendants star. There's a lot of pressure that comes with performing on a stage every night with probably 50 cast members and trying to stand out and leave an impression in the minds of everybody. And that's exactly what the Descendants and Zombie stars have had a chance of doing. They really captivated you guys, left you at a loss of words more times than you could count, and really made you feel as if you were part of something special because they had the chance to share in all these incredible moments with all of you that were truly breathtaking. This experience for me has been a life-changing experience because I saw Kylie Control grow into such a strong person. And I wanted to credit Kylie Control for that because many people like Kylie Control felt the same way because of Kylie Control's performances. As characters going back as far as Gabby Dern in The Unsittables, babysitting aliens is never an easy job. I would love the opportunity to have babysitted aliens. For some reason, I've always had involvement with vampires over the years, thinking my girlfriend may have been a vampire, but I guess Kylie Control one up me because I always wanted the opportunity to have some involvement at least with aliens. I don't know. There was just something about everything that I saw on TV. I went through this phase where everything on TV I saw I thought was real, and I just used that to bring my videos to life. Like I always tell you these stories about how alien motherships are reportedly on the way to Earth to kill us all. I've loved following stories like that. I've loved reading and hearing about ghost stories, and the cool thing about me is I had the opportunity to grow up on this island for at least 75% of my existence, and on this island, this is one of the most haunted places in Atlantic Canada, and it presents a wonderful opportunity to share with people the stories about ghosts and people who go missing all the time on this island, go missing in the fog, go missing when they go off berry picking in the woods, and it really allows you to bring your videos to life. This island has often reminded me of Oregon, which is beyond me why Disney has not created Oregon into a TV series for Disney Plus. It would generate a lot of ratings and it would generate a lot of attention for Descendants and Zombies fans. Again, going back to how you can really have an opportunity to create with Descendants and Zombies, or at least you should look at it that way. Because when you use Descendants and Zombies as an opportunity to create, the creations that you can come up with are truly endless. The extensive library of characters that Descendants and Zombies has presented us with is really endless, and there is still an endless amount of people who have yet to make their introduction into this franchise. And when it finally happens, the stories that we are going to witness and have the chance to be a part of is really going to be something so spectacular that I've never wanted these moments to end. You're talking to a guy who has never wanted these stories to be over, has always wanted to have people like Kylie Control and Ruby Rose Turner be presented with more of a chance. Because when I heard Ruby Rose Turner expressing a desire to want to play Rapunzel in the live-action Tangled, I said, why not? Why not give Ruby Rose Turner an opportunity? Why not give Kylie Control the opportunity she's wanted more than anything else in the world, and that's to be a part of the Descendants and High School Musical franchises, or that Marvel movie that Kylie Control has forever been waiting on a wish to have happen for her. If you can give that same opportunity to Zendaya in the Spider-Man movies, which were really ridiculous, by the way, because I remember the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and they were fantastic. I remember sitting in the movie theater with my Spider-Man popcorn bag and my Spider-Man drink and thinking I had the world when I had a ticket to the first ever Spider-Man movie. Sony first acquired the rights to Spider-Man back in 1999, and Sony Pictures produced the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. I had the biggest crush in the world on Kirsten Dunst, and I thought Tobey Maguire was fantastic as Spider-Man. And when they changed it up from the original Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield and eventually Tom Holland, I kind of took exception to that because I remember the original Spider-Mans and how much of an impact they had on my life. I could literally quote the entire Spider-Man script, and that shows you how big of a superhero fan I was. So when I hear people like Kylie Control and Meg Donnelly talking about how much of a fan of Superman they are, or how much they love Batman, or hear Meg Donnelly speaking about Batman in Japanese and telling everybody she loves Batman in Japanese, I think that is so cool, and I can find time in appreciating that because that's what makes us stronger people together, and that's what makes us relate to people through the relatable content that we create. I only wish that more content creators would see Descendants and Zombies as the same opportunity that I have to resonate with all of you, because I never imagined that these videos would go on to resonate with thousands of people. I thought probably a couple of hundred people would subscribe here. People would give me a chance to hear my story and see my story for the first time ever. And this YouTube channel seemingly overnight from out of nowhere exploded. and became everybody's favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel. So I have this to say to all of you: simply thank you. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to be heard and seen by more people than ever before, to have the chance to share my story with you, because I always wanted to be a very successful author, which meant having the opportunity to either write my story or record a bunch of videos in a video series such as Descendants and Zombies, to also have the opportunity to share my story with you, because we only ever have one life to live, and so many opportunities within that lifetime to have our story seen and heard by more people, to share our story with the world. And I really wish more content creators, because years ago, YouTube was all about who could create the shortest videos and who had the fastest internet. So if your parents had really crappy internet, there was no way you were going to beat out the YouTube algorithm and have your video uploaded before everybody else. So it was pretty much a competition factor to every content creator out there. Now, over the years and time, YouTube has seen so many advancements, so you can put your videos out in 4K. You can go live for up to 12 hours. You can put your videos out faster than ever before with so much advancements in technology over the years. I first premiered on YouTube on April 23rd, 2005, and those videos could only be 10 minutes long, and there was a huge web marker down in the left-hand corner of your YouTube videos. They've removed all of that now, and YouTube is far more advanced and more widely seen than ever before. So the incredible reach that these videos have gone on to have, and how well received they've become, has truly become the greatest honor of my life. And I've honestly had so much fun sitting behind this microphone, having the chance to meet so many wonderful fans of Clarke and Clarke, who are some of the strongest people ever, who have been with me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, and I can never seem to say thank you enough. I know in every video I say thank you over 1,000 times, but it's because I want you guys to know that I know for a fact that I wouldn't be here without you guys. For every single person who's ever ran their finger across my subscribe button or hit my like button, this means the world to me. This YouTube channel truly means the world to me, and it really has become such a valued part of my life. And I will never forget any of you for the profound impact you've gone on to have on my heart, how I've been able to resonate with thousands of people, and I still have far more people out there to meet than I've perhaps ever been given credit for. There are people who just sit here and talk about Descendants of Zombies and tell you how they feel, and the purpose of that pretty much was defeated forever ago. Because I think along with telling you how you feel about Descendants of Zombies, you also have the opportunity to share your story with the world, and that's what makes these videos so special. That's what's forever made these videos special for me, because all I ever wanted was the chance to share my story with you and be perceived as a hero. I had no idea how I was going to do that over a decade ago, but it happened for me, because from the very first person who ever hit my subscribe button, I started with 5 subscribers, which eventually became over almost 5,000. And it became the greatest honor of my life, having the honor to put these videos together and to have the chance to share my story with you, a story that I could only hope. I've only ever had one hope as the creator of all these videos, and that was that somebody was going to take me seriously and think that I was the coolest guy ever and perhaps the sweetest for creating Descendants of Zombies videos, and I was able to do that in some way or somehow, because I really do believe in people like Clarke and Clarke and Ruby Rose Turner as much as you have over the last 10 years. I know how excited you felt when you got your ticket in your hand for the Worlds Collide Tour, and how this moment was a moment you wish could have lasted for forever, but in every crowd there was a critic. So I wanted to shut them out, and I wanted your love and support for Descendants of Zombies to outshine any criticism that we could offer to Descendants of Zombies. I really wanted to take that away. So I posted a bunch of nice videos, and I shared with you my deepest thoughts about Descendants of Zombies and how emotional of an experience this was for me, because I discovered the power of Descendants of Zombies and how it made me a stronger person. It really morphed me into a stronger person. It got me back in the gym. It made me feel stronger than ever before, because I saw the workout routines of people like Clarke and Clarke and Ruby Rose Turner, who I will forever believe are some of the strongest people ever. I've offered a great deal of inspiration to a lot of people through these videos, and I myself have felt so inspired through the stories I've shared of being a fan of Disney's Hannah Montana or Wizards of Waverly Place, which eventually became Descendants of Zombies. I've really had the time of my life, and I'm a stronger person today because of Clarke and Clarke, Malia Baker, Ruby Rose Turner, and I will forever remain a stronger person and dedicated to these franchises. Again, going back to all of you and your love and support that I received for every video that I never imagined would ever have been possible for a guy in 2026. I've been around for a very long time. I've been on YouTube since at least 2005, and I've been creating radio programs and hosting them for over pretty close to 30 years. And 30 years is a long time, but I have never experienced anything that's gone on to have such a profound impact on my heart as much as what Descendants of Zombies has. Unquestionably, Descendants of Zombies will forever remain something I will forever feel feel passionate about and forever strongly about. Because if we're ever going to say anything at all about people like Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, and even Freya Sky, we should at least go out of our way to say something nice so that one girl watching these videos, that one super fan, will have more of a reason than they ever have to trust in you and your thoughts on Descendants and Zombies that you share with them every night, and give them more of a reason than ever before they may have ever had of hitting your subscribe button and showing an unbelievable amount of love and support for every video you've ever created. This has been really a life-changing experience for me, and one that I know will forever hold a very emphatic place in my heart, and one that I will never ever forget. Thank you guys so much for making me the YouTuber I am today, and thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. It's been my honor to create over 1,000 videos. Coming up this week, I believe on Friday morning, we will celebrate our 1,000th video that will have been uploaded to this YouTube channel, and I could have never done it without each and every one of you. Keep a very special place in your heart for Descendants of Zombies, because it forever and always deserves to remain such a valued part of all of our lives. And thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. And forever and always, thank you so much for having watched this video.